Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for tuning in. I want to get back on the Facebook ministry again. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about this part of the ministry. I'm excited about the Grow Program, period. I tell you, I really am. And I also want to let you know I got a new microphone, so you shouldn't hear any more scratching and all that. I pay for the Magic Mastering, and for some reason it didn't work. So I'm gonna have to take up, about them with that. Anyway. I'm very, very humbled about what's going on. I was in the store yesterday, and a young man approached me and asked me, he approached me and said that someone gave me a compliment and told me I was beautiful, and I appreciate that. I'm very humbled, when I hear that. I really, truly am. And so I said, well, thank you. I said, but since I have your attention, can I tell you about the Grow Program? And he said, oh, well, I already heard about that. So, I'm very, very pleased about that. And, that brings me joy to know that people are beginning to think about coming out of oppression and building wealth and doing better for themselves. And so now I want to speak about doing better for yourself. Let's talk about that for a minute. There's an old saying called, a friend indeed is a friend in need is a friend indeed, and indeed that is a mess. Because see, people need to start helping themselves. I'm gonna tell you something about these folks. If you can stand outside for hours and hours and beg for money, then you can stand in somebody's job and say, may I help you? I don't have no more sympathy for people who choose to stand outside and ask for money. I understand these are difficult times. I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about the coronavirus and things going on right now. That's different. But I'm talking about these people that you see time and time again, and they go and get in their cars, and that they out there working a job, hustling people for money. I'm trying to help people come out of oppression. It's time to leave a boat alone. It's time to leave them scratch offs alone. Every once in a while you want to go pay $1 or $5 here. That's different. But you going in there spending $50, $100, thinking that, you going to get the one on the road. It ain't coming like that. The state is in it to win it. And right now, they got to recoup a lot of this stuff that they lost during the coronavirus. They got to recoup a lot of their losses, the overhead. The casino, the casino is a business. They pay money to the state to stay in business. They trying to hold on to, just like all the other business. So they really need your money. When you going down there paying them hundreds and hundreds of dollars, feeding into that machine, them big, pretty, beautiful cartoon characters. I mean, they fascinate me. When I was walking through there with somebody, but I see some very sad faces just sitting there staring at those machines, just looking at them. Like the machine gonna feel sorry for you and give you your money back. It ain't happening. You got to leave that alone. That casino is a business. It is a thriving business. It was booming, really booming before coronavirus. A lot of people stopped going afterwards. A lot of people wised up because then they had money in their pocket. They wasn't able to go down there to the boat. So they started using their money for different things that they wanted to do, and then realized, hey, I like having money. I like that, I'm steady going down here and getting my money. And I'm broke. I don't want to be broke no more. I like keeping my own money in my pocket. And that comes around to a whole lot of different things, but one thing I want to tell you about, you need to watch out for your friends. Everybody ain't got your best interest at heart. Stop telling folks all your business. Take it to God in positive meditation. Sit there and think about it. Dwell on the positive. Don't sit there and drink and do some stinking thinking. Sit there and dwell on the positive and think about, well, how can I fix this? What, God help me. What can I do that how can I forgive? How can I reach them? How do I let go of this grudge? Cause see, this is what is oppressing me. While I'm oppressed, think I'm doing something to them and hurting them. It's really oppressing me and hurting me. So, we got to think about these people, who constantly putting us in positions and asking for this, asking for that. They can't get it together. If you try to tell them what to do, but now they don't want to do that. They want to do it their way. And then when it don't work their way, they want to come back to you and help you and get you to help them back out their way. And so they don't want to never do it your way. They don't never want to see that, look, if you stop doing this, if you stop going to the boat, if you stop handing out your money, money. If you stop doing stupid stuff, then you will have something. You won't have to constantly come to me and I bail you out. It don't have to be like that. You know, what type of friendship is that you only giving, only one friend is doing. The other friend is receiving. Boy, that's a good friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. That is some mess. That's some chaos, and you need to eliminate that. You don't need them type of friends. You don't need that. You don't get you some friends who can be your friend without having to ask you for nothing. They got some just like you got some. Both y'all got some. You ain't got no friend looking at you, want to smile in your face all the time, want to take your place, that backstabber. You don't want to fool with that. So, you want to get with some real friend, real people. You royalty. That's beneath you now. You looking different. We finna act different. We finna look different. We finna love one another. I love you, my brother. If you want to stay stuck on crazy, then you go right ahead. But I love you. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love you. I do. If you don't even want to listen to this podcast and still want to act silly, I still love you. I'm going to love you regardless, because I got to keep growing. I got to keep moving. I got a purpose. I got something right here in front of me that I got to keep doing, because look, I got some folks over here who really want to hear, who want to grow, who want to learn that when we leave here, we got appointment day and time, and they don't want to be judged by their heart and become a tormented soul. They don't want to be that. They want to live in glory here and the hereafter and the afterlife and all of that, because I'm telling you something, what you think that you know, you don't know. You don't know what I know. And the grow is finna grow. And you need to get on board with it. With me, you need to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We can do this, people. We can do this. I want you to take an honest look at your friends. These people who you confide in, who you tell all your business to, who know everything about you. You didn't come in this world with nobody. You ain't coming in this world with no alcohol. You ain't coming in this world with no cocaine. You ain't coming in this world with nothing but God. And that's all you need. You need God. You don't fix your heart, fix your mind, straighten up. You don't start acting right, start acting like royalty. You don't see no king and queen acting like you act. You don't act no fool out in the community. Get rid of that world star. You don't get rid of that TikTok. You don't get rid of all that mess. You ain't got time for TikTok. We ain't got time for that. TikTok, it's been 400 years. We need to get over oppression. They already got a head start. Now we need to catch up, because I'm gonna tell you something. African Americans are going to rise all over the world. If I have anything to do with it, and I got a whole lot to do with it, I'm telling you right now, I'm one person, but I got a whole army behind me. I got a whole army of God, pushing me and propelling me to do something different. That police officer grabbed that boy and shot him in the back 7 times in front of his kids. That threw me in front of the video camera. It threw me, to say something and speak out about what's going on. See, the torch carries on. See, John Lewis, Martin Luther King, all them people, they were legends before. But here come another legend rising up out the dust, rising up. Here I come. I'm coming. I'm coming for those who are oppressing my people. You gonna change your ways. You gonna come out of this one, because see, I got a message for you that you want to hear. You want to hear what I got to say. I need to talk to Spike Lee and Judge Mathis. I need them 2 people. I need to get a hold of those 2. And I also need to Joe Biden. I've been working on him. I've been working on Joe Biden every single day. I'm going to email Joe Biden until I get Joe Biden. Because see, some stuff getting ready to change. See, Dr. King, he found a way. He didn't have email. He didn't have Twitter. He didn't have all this stuff that I got. See, so I'm going to be pushing and pushing until I reach these people. Dr. King had the NAACP behind him, yes. And they got a hold of the president, but I guarantee you, I got God. I'm going to get a hold of Joe Biden. I'm going to be talking to Joe Biden. One way or another, some stuff getting ready to happen in the community. We finna start with ourselves, and in the meantime, the legislators are getting ready to do some stuff. See, because we built this country. We helped to build this country. We prepared this country to be what it is for everybody. So African Americans are going to be recognized for their works, and we're going to be recognized to each other. We are royalty, and we're going to act like it. You're going to start looking like it. You're going to stop looking broke, stop looking crazy, start fixing yourself up, get up, stop making them kids do everything, get up, and start doing it for yourself. Get up, start working out for you, making it happen. Show them kids, hey, look, I can make this happen. Watch, see what's getting ready to happen for us. Okay, you getting ready to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. God bless you.